Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Advance, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And now we see them, and today we got a hell of a show in store for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. We hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas. I certainly did with my family here, so we hope everybody had fun. But let's get back to it here before the year closes out. So yesterday had a lot of marquee Christmas Day matchups. The first one was a nail biter between the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks. Wemby had 40 points in that game. You had the other one with the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Dallas Mavericks. I think Luka Doncic got injured at some point during that game. 6 points differential at the end of the game. Then you had the Boston Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Another entertaining game. 4-point margin in that game. You had the other game with the Phoenix Suns and the Denver Nuggets. Phoenix ended up winning that game 110-100. And of course, you have the game between the two biggest stars of the NBA with LeBron James and the Lakers versus Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And that game ended up being a 2-point game with the Lakers winning on an Austin Reeves layup at the buzzer, basically to win the game there. And it was a very entertaining game. And it's also important that I point out that Anthony Davis got injured in the beginning of the game. He only played 7 minutes. He didn't play, but the people that did well was Rui Hachimura. He stepped up. He gave him 18. LeBron had 31 and 10. Max Christie had 16. Austin Reeves had 26 points and a triple-double. And, of course, you had Dalton Connect, who came off the bench to score 13 points for them. And Gabe Vincent, gave him some good minutes. So it was a good game, entertaining game. I was kind of watching it on and off. But the Lakers were ultimately able to hold on. Stephen Curry went bananas in that game. I believe he finished the game with 38 points. If I'm not mistaken, Stephen Curry finished with 38 points. And he hit, how many threes? He hit 8 out of 15 three-point attempts. So it was a very entertaining game. Now, the network that carried those games was ESPN. They were carrying all the Christmas Day games. And in the studio, it was Stephen A. Smith, Malika Andrews, and Kendrick Perkins. Now, I want to say this. When LeBron fans come to our channel, they always say, oh, man, all you do is talk about LeBron James. All you talk about is LeBron James. All you talk about is LeBron James. And I say to them, LeBron fans are obsessed with Michael Jordan. They're the ones that are constantly comparing him to Michael Jordan. Constantly. Jordan fans do not compare Jordan to LeBron. It's the other way around. They compare LeBron to Michael Jordan. This is how it's always been. Without no MJ, there is no GOAT conversation. So they're the ones always comparing, bringing LeBron up when it comes to Michael Jordan. So what happened? I think it was at the end of the game. They were in the post-game coverage, I think before the Phoenix game, if I'm not mistaken. And ESPN, in typical ESPN fashion, decided to drop this graphic that Malika Andrews herself must have been a part of. And they bring up this graphic where they're essentially saying, oh, you know, LeBron James has 30-point games, and he's only one game behind Michael Jordan for 30-point games. And as she was reading the stat, you could hear Stephen A. Smith get annoyed, and he just basically snapped on her and just basically said, like, yo, why y'all bringing this up? Like, yo, what are we doing here? Like, LeBron played 7 more years in Jordan. Like, what are we doing? And he just went off on her like, yo, like, what's going on at this network? And that's exactly what they do. Always find a way to hate on Michael Jordan. I'm talking about ESPN. But before we even get into what Stephen A. Smith had to say to Malika Andrews, today's video is brought to you by sponsor, Game Time. With the year almost over, I am super excited about creating memories with family and friends by attending various plays, theater shows, and sporting events. And when it comes time to look for tickets, Game Time is my go-to. Game Time is one of the most reliable marketplaces for last-minute tickets to the most popular events in sports, music, and theater in more than 60 cities across the United States and Canada. Game Time saves me money, time, and stress. It finds the best deals and guarantees that the tickets are legit, and it makes sure that the tickets are delivered to me on time. Game Time Picks is my favorite tool. It cuts through the fluff and shows you the best deals on great seats near you so you don't waste time searching. For example, I'm really looking forward to this upcoming game between the Lakers and the Clippers. Here's what I like to do. First, I select an all-in price to see the total ticket price up front, so I'm not surprised by the additional fees at checkout. Next, I click on Game Time Picks to check out their curated deals. And finally, I pick the ticket I want. I choose the cheapest deal, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, You can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what I want to do is I'm going to play what Stephen A. Smith had to say to Malika Andrews. It's less than a minute or so clip, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what he had to say to her here.
But it's about the greats. It is about Steph and LeBron. LeBron had 31 and 10. Steph Curry had 38 points. And look at this. Most 30-point career games. LeBron James just one shy of tying your GOAT, Stephen A. Michael Jordan.
LeBron James is phenomenal. He's great. He's on the Mount Rushmore of basketball. He's not Michael Jordan. LeBron James in his 22nd season. Michael Jordan played 15.
It's just one stat.
Why are we doing?
Stat
the other day I brought up the
greatness.
buzzer beaters. Look, Michael Jordan outscored him 9-7 in buzzer beating game winners. But guess what? LeBron has played 7 more years. Can we stop?
We can for now. We can. It's just a stat. It wasn't meant to attack you personally. But let's talk about a little bit more greatness.
Attacking Michael Jordan.
Let's talk about Christmas Day greatness. Yes. How about we do that, Kendrick Perkins? Is there a single player or performance that impressed you the most today?
So you heard what they had to say, right? You heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say. Like, yo, what are we doing? What are we doing? And this is the thing about what Malika Andrews was doing and what these people do. They give you these stats without any context whatsoever. Yes, LeBron is 1 game behind Michael Jordan when it comes to 30-point games. It is true. But as Stephen A. Smith pointed out, LeBron James played 7 more seasons than Michael Jordan. And if you understand the context of this comparison, you would know that it's not worth even bringing up. Because what that number actually says is, or that graphic shows is, Jordan is way more impressive as an offensive player than LeBron James is, because it took him 7 more years to accomplish just one of the things that Michael Jordan did, which was having 30-point games. And to me, what gets me is how LeBron fans could feel like this is something to celebrate. What are you celebrating here? If LeBron played 5 more seasons than Michael Jordan, you guys wouldn't have this record. So again, what are you celebrating? We already did a stat on the channel the other day where we did Jordan's average. And if we took Michael Jordan's average, and if he played the exact amount of games that LeBron James played in the NBA, and you did his average in terms of seasons, okay, Jordan would have scored how many years? 22 years. Jordan would have scored what is it? About 44,000 points by now. If I remember properly. About 44,000 points or 45,000 points. That's what Michael Jordan would have actually had at this point of his career. LeBron fans don't want to hear that. So it's one of the reasons why when LeBron fans are talking about, oh, he scored 40,000, we don't care. We don't care. It just means that he's been playing longer. But if Jordan had decided to play longer, he would have more impressive numbers. But the thing is, Jordan didn't care, and he already said it. Jordan says, I'm not playing for stats. He said, if I was playing for stats, I would have played for as long as I could to try to break a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scoring record. He said, but that's not the reason I'm playing. He said, I play to win. That is the fundamental difference here. He plays to win, not for statistics. But this is what ESPN does. And LeBron fans sit up there and talk about, oh, people are always talking about LeBron. No, you dudes are always trying to compare LeBron to somebody. And in this case, it's always Michael Jordan. It's always them. You see, LeBron fans feel like there's an attack on LeBron. No, what has actually been happening is that what's actually been happening is people are pushing back on the LeBron James narratives that are being propagated all over the internet. So when these LeBron fans see people pushing back, they feel like, oh, somebody's hating on LeBron. It's like, no, people are pushing back on a lot of the stuff that these people in media have to say, a lot of the stuff that these LeBron fans have to say. It's the pushback they can't deal with. They view pushback as hate. They just want to have an open lane where they can sit up there and twerk it up without any issues. Just people coming in with Brinks trucks, just pouring more and more honey on top of them, and they don't want the music to stop. And the minute somebody walks in the room, cuts on the light, and sees these LeBron fans sliding up and down the floor with honey all over them, lathered up, shaking it up, twerking it up with ones flying all over the room, they feel like somebody's hating on them. It's like, no, we're pushing back on the twerkation. It's too much. It's enough. I keep saying it. Look, I said to my wife just on Christmas Day, I said, because some of y'all don't understand how much honey slapping these LeBron fans be doing for LeBron. Y'all know one of the things is that LeBron fans go around calling LeBron James my king. Do you know, I almost said a word that I can't say on YouTube. Do you know how that word sounds? You know how you dudes be sounding? So one of their biggest twerkers goes out there and he does a show, and this dude had the courage. This dude had the courage. This is supposed to be, and this is going to be a dude that's going to go outside and try to holler at girls. Talking about my king LeBron James need more. Yo, what is wrong with you dudes? What is wrong with you dudes? Why are you calling LeBron James my king? Bro, that's something his wife should call him. Why are you dudes fighting her for the right to call him my king? What is really wrong with you dudes? Why are you calling him my king? And so I told this to my wife. I'm like, you know, the LeBron fans that actually call LeBron my king? She goes, ew. That's the first word that came out of her mouth. Ew. But these LeBron fans be on it like that, son. These dudes be sliding up and down the pole when it comes to this dude. And then when you call about it, they be, oh, you're hating on LeBron James. Oh, LeBron James. Oh, LeBron James. But it be these dudes running up on you, throwing honey at you. You got to dodge them and like matrix these dudes out of there because they trying to rub it on your neck so you can be down with them with this twerkation. I don't understand. But here again, you have another example of these LeBron fans running up on you, trying to throw you in a bear hug and talking about say LeBron is the king. So like, yo, this is what they be doing. Some of you dudes is watching this show talking about, hey, yo, but that's the type of time they be on. I don't understand why another man is calling another man my king, bro. What are you doing? Why are you dudes doing this? Stop. Like, stop. Cut it out. Enough. Stop. Like, break it up. Like, son, it's enough. So I just got to point this out. These dudes have no shame with it. Talking about my king LeBron James needs more help. And you actually had the nerve to go do a video like that and then be on the video doing it. I don't know what to say. I'm out.